That wasn't too bad.
Oh. That's right, everybody. It's your favorite boy.
Get the fuck out or I'm—
And today we have the brand new Sonic figure from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And I am very excited to be reviewing this figure today because this could be the best Sonic figure ever made. I'm really digging the boxes these figures come in. It's a pretty cool box. You know, I would keep it. Oops. The hype was real. This thing is kind of awesome. Best Sonic figure ever made? Well, let's take a look. So right off the bat, this figure is taller than the Sonic 2 figures. Those figures were 4 inches. This figure is a whopping 5. Now, 1 inch may not seem like a big difference, but trust me, it is. You know, I'd kill to have an extra inch. And with this larger scale comes a lot more detail. The biggest thing you'll notice is the eyes. They are actually behind the face, and there's a clear piece of plastic in front of them. Very interesting way of doing them. The Mario movie figures had this as well, but they had a feature where the eyes actually follow you. These figures do not, which might actually be a good thing.
The animatronic characters here do get a bit
So I guess they did this to make the eyes look more realistic. I don't personally mind it, but I can understand why some people would think it looks weird. I like the face overall though. I like his cocky ass smile, and the texture work on the fur is outstanding. And get a look at these shoes. Some of the finest texture work I've ever seen.
texture.
Look at how much detail is at the bottom. Now if we turn the figure around, you can see Sonic's quills. Some of them are made of translucent plastic, almost as if they're supposed to light up. And as it turns out, there is a 4-pack with Sonic and Shadow, and those figures actually have the light up feature, but that figure has a different face. So I guess this is just an extra detail, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a little cheap looking if I'm being honest, but I can't complain about extra detail. There isn't that much paint on the figure, but what is here is pretty good. The stomach patch looks nice, there's no dash in it like the last figure. I will say the tan paint on the stomach and the muzzle is kind of light. I think those could have been painted a bit darker. I think the color blue is okay. If you're a customizer, you can probably make this figure look expensive as hell. But considering just how cheap this guy is, I think the paint and detail is pretty good. And as far as accessories go, there are none. Yeah, you get no accessories with this figure. Kind of a bummer, but I'm okay with it, considering the price and articulation. But before we get to that, one cool thing is that there's peg holes at the bottom of the feet, which are the exact same size as the Sonic 2 figures, so you can put this guy on the snowboard. And it actually doesn't look too bad. So now you can have him. But now it's time to talk about the selling point of this figure, the articulation. The articulation is fucking amazing. This is the most articulated Sonic figure since like the Superposers. But this figure actually looks good. The head's on a ball joint. He can look up and down the tiniest bit. There's no hinge or anything, but I guess this is the best they could do. He's got shoulder joints and oh my god, is that motherfucking butterfly joint? They put an armpit joint on the Sonic figure, and it works. It works really well. This is like the coolest thing ever. I'm about to combust.
What the hell, man? That was kind of sick.
But not just yet, because there's a swivel at the bicep, which is kind of meaningless because there's one at the elbow. The wrists spin, and they move up and down. And then there's finger articulation. Well, kinda. All 4 fingers move together, so really you can only do 2 things with it. But still, man, I haven't seen this kind of articulation since, like, the Toy Biz days. So, you know, you can make the fist, you can make the open hand, you can have him hold something if you really wanted to. And folks, finally, we have a Sonic figure with a torso joint. Now, it does only move side to side, there is no crunch action. I guess they went to the Hasbro school of torso joints. The hips are on ball joints, which is pretty remarkable. Most Sonic figures only have this hinge system going on, but this is the same hip articulation that Marvel Legends uses. Look at that spread. Oh my god, man. I gotta calm down. I got the white pants in the closet. I'm about to bust it out right now. There's also a thigh swivel, the single jointed knee, up and down, and you actually get an ankle rocker. Look at the amount of beautiful poses you can pull off with this figure. And in fact, because the figure has an ankle pivot, it's possible to have him stand on one foot. The figure is 5 inches, so he's taller than the Sonic 2 figures. He is taller than the mainline Sonic figures. He's taller than Mario, but he does look good next to the movie Mario, which is the exact same height.
Sorry, Mario. One Piece. Look, One Piece is on top.
The Jakks-Pacific modern styling modern Sonic figure, still quite a bit taller, and this guy actually has less articulation than this new figure. Blue Justice next to the actual Blue Justice, Spider-Man, and please drink your water every day. Jakks-Pacific, I was not familiar with your game. Jeez, this figure's $15, did they have to pop off so hard? Oh yeah, you heard that correct, $15. For the price of a medium meal at McDonald's, you get a high-quality, highly articulated Sonic figure. Now, true, he doesn't come with like a million accessories or like import-level detailing. It's just a damn good figure, and at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. People have been wanting a Figma or Figuarts Sonic for the longest time, and I think this is the closest thing to that. The articulation alone is worth the price. I highly recommend you get this figure, if you can find him. I know I'm kinda late on reviewing this figure. I'm usually late as fuck, but this thing was impossible to find. As of right now, these things are only showing up at Walmarts, and if you know anything about Walmart, they fucking suck.
Does it matter?
A 1-hour road trip later, and finally I found this blue fuck. They are showing up at Target now, so I think by October these things should be everywhere, so I wouldn't worry about it. Just know that the figure's awesome, you should totally cop, and it has me even more excited for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Big thanks to Sugma and Calcium Father for the Mario clips. Links below! I just love Latinas, Sonic.